I don't think anybody feels diversity when they go to the symphony, and I don't think anybody feels diversity when they go to the art museum. You simply look at the work or listen to the work, and you turn to the person next to you. It doesn't matter who they are, and you say, "Wow, did you see that? Did you hear that?" And so for us, the arts are a way of really bringing this community together. And we want to build momentum in our art scene. I was just talking about how vibrant it is, and we want to make sure that people that are getting close to that next level get a big leg up. And I was talking about the ballet. They were the winner of the largest grant last year. The ballet is internationally renowned. It's a very special place, but they were dancing to recorded music. And the dancers didn't like it. The audiences didn't like it. And you want to reward somebody who, and an organization that has done and worked at the level that they work at. So we felt like that was the most important thing we could do last year, is to bring the orchestra back into the pit for the ballet. How about some of our winners from last year? Anybody ever been to Sweat Records? Yeah. Sweat Records is just cool. I mean, it's just one of those places where people come and they talk about art, and they talk about music, and they talk about knitting, and they talk about pottery. They watch films. Sweat Records is just one of those places that makes our community a better place, and it draws people that are the young creatives that everybody's always talking about. And honestly, Lolo Resnick is like a force of nature if you've ever spent time with her. I mean, there's no way to not be blown away by her. Florida Memorial University Steel Drum Corps. Again, Dr. Don Batten. We're looking for excellence. We're looking to find things that are special in our community and that are great ideas. Florida Memorial University is the best program for steel drum in America, maybe in the world. And so we wanted to have them win the contest so that they could do some more scholarships, and also so that those kids could tour and enter competitions. Bank Atlantic Foundation had a great idea last year. They wanted to get their bankers out from behind their desks, out into the communities, and focus on what they call the SMARTS program. Small S, small m, big A, big R, big TS. And so, I did. The other half of the Department of Cultural Affairs, Debbie Martin. And so some of you may have seen on Channel 7 last week, we went out to the Miami Children's Museum with the Bank Atlantic Foundation. And they brought something like 80 or 100 kids, and to get them exposed to art on a regular basis. Because arts education is pretty difficult right now within the system. I think most people know that. Teatro Avante, Mario has been doing it for a long time. He travels all over the Western Hemisphere, and his theater group is really revered. So he was somebody else that was a significant winner last year. We had 1,600 applicants. We made 20 awards. So it's not an easy road, obviously. That's about 80 to 1, I think. But we really did look at things very closely, and we really do think about this, and we hope to have more applicants this year, and we hope to make more awards. And the reason we all came here tonight, I know, is for people really to ask questions. So, but before I do that, though, how many people have applied before? Could you stand up if you've applied before? Sorry, okay. So of the people standing up, if you've been a finalist, remain standing. Okay. And if you've been a winner, remain standing. Okay. So when you're asking questions tonight, those are the guys you should be talking to, not me, because they know how to win. So, but I do want to open it up for questions. Stuart, come up with me, because some of the answers you may know better than I. So we're open for questions. The challenge ends Monday morning. The applications come in like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1,200 on Saturday and Sunday. I don't know if that's procrastination or just everybody's brain kicks in, right at the last minute. But we will get literally 85% of the applications over the weekend. I don't know if that's Chardonnay fueled or what. I'm not quite sure, but that's how it works, and that's okay. So, how can I help? What questions can we answer people? Yes, please.
Is it like on Monday, any times particular?
9 o'clock a.m. Yes.
Are the endowment grants still available, or is their opportunity closed?
Yeah, the endowment grants were a one-time thing, and so what we're working on now, what's open, is the challenge itself.
I had a question. Oh, sorry.
You've got a question in the back, Phil? Go ahead.
I'm sorry, say it again?
Can this fund a one-time event?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We funded one-time events, we funded one-year projects, we funded three-year projects. Yeah, there's no reason not to, yes.
Are there restrictions on how you use the money? Can you use the money to pay yourself, to support yourself while you're pursuing the project?
Yes.
There are restrictions that you can't make a profit off of our grant funds.
That's the only restriction?
I believe there are a few more restrictions. I don't have them all off the top of my head, but our grants administration department definitely would want to go over the grants agreement.
This is just to keep us out of trouble with the IRS more than anything else. And we want to keep our foundation status. There's somebody over here?
Yes, I had two questions about the match. Exactly what do you mean by new sources, and what is the timeline for the match? Because I noticed that Florida Memorial is still raising funds. So is there a cutoff? How long does that go on?
Well, generally, if your project is a year-long project, you have a year from the time that you win, which this year we announced the winners on November 30th. You have a year from the time you win to raise the match.
Okay.
And new sources simply mean that what we're trying to do is we're trying, frankly, to leverage our dollars. We're putting $40 million into the community, and we're hoping the community will give back another $20 million to help people like you with their projects. So that's what new sources means, is we're looking for sources, obviously, other than us, and sources that you haven't raised prior to the time of winning the contest.
And does that include revenues?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. The match is a little more liberal than it sounds, but we're really interested in making, again, the idea also, I mean, our secret plan here is that many people that come to the Knight Foundation for grants, you know, we're always worrying about the idea of sustainability. Many people think sustainability is asking us for money 3 years in a row. We don't think that's sustainability. And so what we're trying to do with the match is we're trying to get people like Gene Moreno, like Florida Memorial, we're trying to get them to go out and begin to figure out what it is to ask people for money. Many of you know it's a very hard thing to do. And we're trying to get them to begin to think about that and begin to structure it and understand that a decent percentage of your time is spent asking for money. And so what we hope to do is at the end of the matching period, at the end of our project, when you match, you look back and you say, well, the Knight Foundation gave me $40,000 and I raised $40,000. Go to year 2, gee, I raised $40,000. Let me think about how I can raise 40 or 50 or 60 this year. So the idea is really to kind of, what is it, teach a man to fish as opposed to give a man a fish. So we're giving you a fish, but we want you to catch the second fish yourself, but we'll help you.
Thank you. I just wanted to know about the activity or the event that you've submitted. Do you also have a year to get that up and running as well?
It depends on the project.
Okay.
Some projects will take longer than a year.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. The Wolfsonian project that Kathy is doing, Kathy Leff, she's going to take the museum's collection and put it on the outside of the building, project it on the outside of the building. So instead of going to her website and looking at her objects, it's going to be on the outside of the building. You'll literally digitize the collection and put it out there. That is something that's going to take